Hi, dear friends. Welcome. There's Winston. Have you all missed Winston? It's cold in the apartment. He's got his sweater on. Say hello, Winston. So yeah, hi. If you're new here, my name is August. This is Cozy Rosie Reads. I think I just poked you in the eyeball. And this is the start of a weekly reading vlog. And I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. It is currently Friday night, 1 a.m. And so technically it's Saturday morning. Be that person. Saturday morning. My partner is out of town and I have the apartment alone. I just finished reading a book and it's time for me to pick a new book, so I just thought, what the hell, like let's just go ahead and pick one together and kind of read the first few sentences of each book, because I do have to say I did do my TBR jar for November. I just didn't film it and share it with you all, so I'm sorry about that, but I did do the challenge. So I have a very eclectic kind of group of books here to show that we're going to try and find my next read, and I honestly have no idea what kind of mood I'm in. I just finished a very slow, quiet, tiny book. It was very sad and thought-provoking and just resonated with like loneliness and themes of loneliness. There was like no dialogue whatsoever, so I don't really know what kind of mood I'm in. So I have a really good versatile mix of books to choose from, so I thought we could go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and do that first and just get the feeling of books again. Like let's just kind of like ground ourselves in this video, and I can ground myself, show you what amazing books are on the roster for November, and then we can chat a little bit more about what to expect in this week's reading vlog. So I hope you're all doing really well. I'm so psyched to be back. I cannot express it. I'm just so psyched. So let's go ahead and pick a book. Okay, so I thought let's do something fun and do a little show and tell on my ugly apartment carpet. So we'll just start with like whatever's on top here. The first book I have is The Dark Hills Divide by Patrick Carman. So I found this book in a little free library, and it just brought me back to the Scholastic book fairs as a kid. I always remember seeing this book, but I have no memory if I actually ever read it. It's just so beautiful. It has these beautiful deckled edges, so it's definitely YA. It just seems so cozy, but this cover just made me so nostalgic. There's the back here. 12-year-old spends a summer in Bridewell. Cozy library, maze of passages. Like this sounds like the most perfect YA cozy autumnal book to read. So that's definitely an option. I'm just not really sure if I'm feeling YA for my next read. Definitely sometime this month. This will definitely be easy to get through. So that is option 1. And once I have all the books out here, we'll go ahead and read the first few sentences of each and really see what pulls. But I want to kind of do a show and tell first. So second book is another book I picked up very recently. Look at that cover. It's Ahab's Return, or The Last Voyage by Jeffrey Ford. I found this at Dollar Tree and I couldn't resist. I mean, this has to be one of my favorite covers that I've seen so far this year. Captain Ahab is who it follows, which is from Moby Dick, which I have actually never read. Captain Ahab returns to the mainland to discover that he is a dead man, and he was actually carried down into like Davy Jones' locker and comes back to his boat from Moby Dick. And it's just kind of like this retelling of Moby Dick through Captain Ahab's perspective. I don't know a whole lot about Moby Dick, but I still feel like this is like my perfect kind of book. Like I just love sea themes. I love dark themes. I love this like moody cover so much. Like it just has so many different elements that I absolutely love, even though I haven't read the original text. So this one's definitely a big option for me right now. I'm just so curious because it is like magical realism kind of stuff, so that's an option. Next is one that you might have seen in my library book sale haul way back when. It's Trains and Lovers by Alexander McCall Smith, large print, floppy paperback, and this is just, oh my god, how darling. I love those glasses. Basically, this is about like 4 strangers who meet on a train and they exchange stories and lives. And this just sounds like such a cozy book. Then we have The Snowman by Jo Nesbø. I 100% want to read this winter so bad. And we actually already just got our first snow here in Michigan of the year. A few days ago, it was our first snow, and it was really coming down. It made me so excited. I love reading thrillers in the winter season. So this one is definitely an option. This would be my second Jo Nesbø book that I've read. And I've just heard really good things that if you read anything by Jo Nesbø, just read The Snowman, basically. So that one is also an option. Then we have another YA. This one's been on like TBRs for a while. It's from the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basel Frankweiler, about two siblings who move into the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which I think it just sounds so cool. Definitely want to read more classic children's lit. So not really an option for right now, but one day for sure. Then we have Walking on the Ceiling by Aysegül Savas. This is a gorgeous book that sounds very similar to the book I just finished, so this is probably not an option for me, but I'm so excited to read this. It's about a woman who lives in Paris and takes really long walks with an author that she really, really admires, and they're just walking around Paris and talking about life, and it just, so calming. Such a gorgeous cover. Then we have The Honker Friends. This came up as like just a prompt for itself because I need to finish it. Middlemarch. It was like the whole book itself was a prompt in my TBR. I did that to myself. So when I picked this up last, I got 300 pages in. Honestly, I'm just so proud of myself that I got 300 pages in. Still have a ways to go, like 500, 600 pages maybe. So I'm going to add this to my nightstand right now, actually, just so I feel motivated to pick it up again. Then we have Lust for Life by Irving Stone. This gorgeous cover and copy. This is a historical fiction about Van Gogh's life. Super beautiful, has all of his like paintings and artwork through it. I think this would be such a cozy, beautiful read, especially for autumn. Like, oh, it's just so beautiful. I just love the artwork and the feel of this old book. Like, look at how yellowed it is. And last but not least on my TBR here for November, I have You Were Made for This by Michelle Sachs. It does take place in Sweden, which I love. I absolutely love Scandinavian literature or anything that takes place in Sweden, Switzerland, Finland, Norway, anything like that. Like, I'm just a sucker for it. I will immediately pick it up. But this is like a domestic kind of thriller. They allude it to being a thriller, but it might be kind of a slow burn, very domestic, which lately I've been noticing when I'm looking for books and I see that it's about a family. Before, that used to be kind of my jam. I loved reading family dynamics and things that made me sad and complicated relationships. But as I've gotten older in the last, 2 years, I just kind of like don't care anymore. I'm feeling very dissociated from that genre right now and not really feeling pulled to it. I don't know. I could get back into it though. Who knows? So those are the books I have left on my November TBR. Look at these covers. They are stunning altogether. Look at that. The aesthetics are 100%. Let's go ahead and read the first few sentences of each and really narrow down what is calling to me on this very early Saturday morning. Now you can tell how messy under my bed is and that I'm in a matching tracksuit right now, friends. It's happening, but I just thought, let's just do this view. I don't even care anymore. Now it's 1:30 in the morning, and I'm wide awake. Half of me is contemplating just pouring myself my coffee now and staying up and starting a new book and then taking maybe like a morning or mid-afternoon nap. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get started with like the chronological order that I picked up these books. So first we're going to do The Dark Hills Divide. Let's read the first few sentences, see if it pulls us in, shall we? Ooh, already loving it. First page, illustration of a wolf. I am a fan. Oh, we have a map. I don't remember the last time I read a book with a freaking map. Chapter 1, Warvold. Stop that chattering or we'll have to go back and sit by the fire, said my companion. He removed his large, thick cape and draped it over my shoulders. I had to hold it up to keep it from dragging on the street, but it felt good, and my last few shivers quietly subsided. Ooh, and then it goes on to like cobblestone paths and a locket. Okay, I'm actually kind of quite intrigued. This is like total freaking vibes already, like cobblestone, a companion, cold. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna put this in like a very strong maybe pile. Here's Winston again, wreaking havoc. Let's hop into Ahab's Return or The Last Voyage by Geoffrey Ford. November 1853, a blustery night somewhere in the middle of a long week. The infernal cuckoo clock in the offices of the Gorgon's Mirror, the premier 5-cent illustrated rag of hokum in the great city of Manhattan, sounded. Every hour on the hour, a skeleton, scythe in hand, pursued a hapless sinner out one door and round the Baroque mechanism to another. All the while the blasted bird chirped away. I was trying to get warm, blowing into my cupped hands and stretching them out toward the candle's glow. I'd been out for a stroll, a dozen oysters and a tankard, hoping it would spark my imagination. Vibes again, friends! Vibes again! Oh my god, that's beautiful! Poetry, the picture that both of these books have already implanted into my brain. It's like a movie for me. That atmosphere is 100. Oh, okay, yep, both of these are going in the very strong maybe pile. Okay. Let's move on to Trains and Lovers, Alexander McCall Smith. It's a very old copy too. It smells so old. Oh my god, it smells so good, friends. Oh, I wish I could send this smell to you. Oh, did you get it? Did you get a whiff? I think that's a fishing boat. It was. He saw it from the train, but not for more than a minute or two, as the line followed that bit of coastline only for a short time, before it suddenly swerved off, as railway lines will do. The view of the North Sea was lost, and trees closed in. There was the blue of the sea one moment, and then the blurred green of foliage rapidly passing the window. There was slanting morning sun, like an intermittent signal flashed through the trees. Okay, beautiful, atmospheric again. I love the train vibes, love the stranger vibes. Not really feeling it for my next read. Do I want to read it at some point? Absolutely, but for right now and like my next book, probably not. Next we have The Snowman, Jo Nesbø, Chapter 1, Wednesday, November 5th, 1980. That's the date today, except in 2021. It's November 5th today. That actually might be perfect. What is happening tonight, friends? It was the day the snow came. At 11 o'clock in the morning, large flakes appeared from a colorless sky and invaded the fields, gardens, and lawns of Romerike like an armada from outer space. Ooh, okay, the first few sentences did not super pull me, but I am feeling like it is fate that I would start this book the same time that the book itself takes place. That feels eerily beautiful to me. And the fact that like I'm looking at chapters and skimming and it says like day 7, day 8. And I love that I'd be kind of reading it alongside, like parallel with the dates that the book takes place. I'm kind of really, really intrigued by that. But then knowing that these other two books over here, The Dark Hills Divide and Ahab's Return, the fact that they're so atmospheric and beautiful will definitely pull me to want to read them after this though. So we are definitely gonna just go ahead and start with The Snowman just because of the dates. Honestly, the writing didn't really pull me in, but it just sounds so fun. Like I'm awake, it's the exact time of year that this book takes place. What are the odds that I pick this up tonight? What are the odds? Good morning, friends. It is Sunday morning. I did not get to update you all much yesterday, but I had the most magical photo session with my dear friends. Oh my gosh, it was their engagement session, and we went to this beautiful park with these super tall pine trees, autumn colors. Like, it was just absolutely fantastic. I haven't edited yet this morning, but at the time of this video, I will have some edits, so I'll go ahead and pop some over there. But these are some of my dear friends. I actually had the honor of photographing their proposal last year during COVID at these botanical gardens, and I'm just so happy for them. They are just truly some of my dearest friends, and I can't wait for my season to slow down a little bit so we can actually like hang out and just socialize and be friends, and they're just so cool. So yeah, it was absolutely an amazing night, and then I got home pretty late. My partner got dinner for us, and then we watched Nocturnal Animals. It was our first time seeing it. I enjoyed it so much. We both really enjoyed it. So that was my evening. I'm only on page 26 of the Snowman on chapter 3 called Cochineal? Cochineal? I don't know how I'm feeling. This is actually part of a series, the Harry Hole detective series. That's his name, is Harry Hole. I can't, I'm so immature. Harry Hole. This is actually the second book of the Harry Hole detective series I've read. I think in like 2016 I read The Leopard. But this is giving me the same kind of vibes where it's like there's a lot of information in here about all of Harry's past detective cases and a lot of characters and stuff, and I'm just like not able to follow along because I'm not following the series altogether. And already Jo Nesbø is just doing that shit that I just hate. Every single woman that we are introduced to, the first attribute about her is if she's attractive or not. And I've already thought about DNFing this because of that. I know this is supposed to be a fun, suspenseful thriller and all that stuff, but like I just can't handle that shit anymore. Like, I'm just so over that writing style. I'm so over men and male authors just talking about women's physical attributes and if they're attractive or not as the most important thing of their character. Yeah, it's just putting a really bad taste in my mouth, and I'm just really peeved about it because I have essentially stopped reading Stephen King for that reason. Like, I just can't overlook it anymore, and it just pisses me off. Like, I just get so angry about it, and like nothing else seems redeemable because I'm just so frustrated with how women are portrayed. I don't know. We shall see. I'm not super vibing with it, but I'm very curious about like the murders themselves. We had a little bit of like a flashback to like the 1980s when the Snowman first introduced himself, and basically, I didn't even explain this book. Basically, there's this serial killer who, after he kills someone in their homes, or before, I'm not sure, his signature is to like make a snowman on their front yard. But it doesn't face out to the road, it faces inside the house, like in a window. That's kind of like their trademark. So they're in the 1980s, we open up with like a little segment of the snowman kind of appearing, and then it bounces to like, I think we're in like 2008, I believe, or something like that. Let me see, 2004? Yeah, 2004. Back to like Harry Hole's time, and it's just him going about his daily life, and that's kind of about it. I am excited to see like what happens when the thriller murder serial killer starts kind of coming up and we can actually learn a little bit more about that, but right now there's not a whole lot going on. We're just getting a lot of like backstory and like referencing cases that are in the series that I just don't know anything about. So hopefully I can continue reading this, but this morning I did wake up with like 3 photography inquiries, so I have a lot of work to do this morning in sending proposals. Yeah, and then I'm gonna hop into editing for my friend's engagement session so I can go ahead and post those on social media and share them with them. I just get so excited to share photos with people. Like, it's just amazing. So that is that, and then I have a photo session later today at 4. I have to be out on the lakeshore area again. That one's a pretty long drive, so I will probably be listening to Theft by Finding by David Sedaris, which I started yesterday on my drive home from my photo session, and I'm just absolutely loving it. Like, I talked about this in my Welcome I'm Back video. Once it gets colder out, I just crave David Sedaris in my ears. Like, I just want to listen. Like, it's so soothing. It's such a comfort for me. It just feels like a warm blanket around me, and I'll probably listen to that on my drive to and from my session. So I'll probably get at least another 2 hours into it because of the drive time. So that is my update. Hopefully I can relax later this evening as well as tomorrow and Tuesday on the couch here and just read. But that's what I was kind of hoping to do this morning, but I get a lot of inquiries and I need to like just do work. So it's really hard to anticipate when I feel like I'm gonna be able to take some time off, and then realize, oh wait, never mind, I have to work now. So I hope you're all doing well. I will check in with you all a little bit later today. Good morning, friends. From me, little Foxy. It is very early on Monday morning. I naturally woke up stupidly early at 5:30, so it is currently 5:45. I have done my journaling for the morning and wrote out my to-do list, and I just thought, why the hell not? I would love to knock out responding to emails as soon as possible. I have a lot of emails to respond to, and then this morning I woke up to another wedding inquiry for 2022, so I have a lot to do. And since my car will be in the shop today, I really anticipate getting shit done. Like, just sit down, get her done. Let's talk about yesterday a little bit more first, because I did edit some sneak peeks last night when I got home. Freaking look at that. Freaking look at that. It's freaking bats. Amazing. This couple traveled over 3 hours for their session. They ended up making a weekend out of it. I'm just like so freaking flattered and honored, and I can't. So we hiked to this beautiful woods. That's where we started, and this couple, they got married in December. It was during COVID, like peak COVID season still,
so they did not have an actual wedding. They never got wedding pictures, so they hired me for this wedding session. They brought florals and got dressed up, and we took photos in the freaking forest, this magical forest on the lakeshore, and then we hiked a total of 3 miles, like basically all uphill, to the beach on Lake Michigan. And we got this sunset. You know, since they traveled over 3 hours, they were just so awestruck by the view and how gorgeous it is. And it just like really made me just feel so filled with gratitude that not only am I able to capture beautiful people, and not only do I live in such a beautiful part of the state where it only took me half an hour to get here, feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude that when I'm doing photos for people or photo sessions like this, it's not just photos, like it's an experience. I'm not gonna cry, I promise I'm not gonna cry. And making people feel comfortable and confident, and showing them that taking photos can be fun, and it's supposed to be fun, and you can make a new friend during it, and I can show you really beautiful places, and I can make you feel beautiful and confident, and like, I can't believe this is my job, and just this very overwhelming sense of gratitude. Anyway, I'm totally gushing. I have other things I want to talk about, so I wanted to share a little bit behind the scenes of being a small business owner and like what is on my daily to-do list, because this is stuff that I have to do every single day, and it's different every day. But here's my to-do list for today, which I showed. It includes culling a whole wedding. I'm currently editing September weddings, so weddings for me are a 2-month turnaround time. So I have 2 more September weddings left to edit, and then I have 4 October weddings. So I have to cull a wedding today, which basically means like picking out my favorite images that I want to edit and deliver. So not including photos where people are blinking or talking and looking funky, you know, we're just refining what we want to share. And then I have to respond to 2 wedding inquiries I got yesterday. I have to send a questionnaire to one of my couples who just booked me. I have to update my location recommendation guide, which is this beautiful PDF that I put together of beautiful locations that I highly, highly recommend in my area as inspiration to my couples. So I need to update that because I have found a few more places that I want to include because stunning. And I also have updated imagery that I want to include in there. And then I need to edit more sneak peeks for marketing for social media. I need to edit some more photos so I can go ahead and post to Instagram for tomorrow as well. So I try to write down everything I need to do. I screenshot emails as they come in because I'm trying to set boundaries and like not respond to people ASAP, and just doing it all in bulk in the morning and then respond throughout the day if I need to. But it's just a lot because I have so many different clients to know exactly where they are in the process of booking, exactly what they're looking for and needing. So I just have a lot of moving parts at all times, and then I get brand new inquiries, so I need to, you know, make a custom message for them. I'm glad I woke up naturally early, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit behind the scenes of me typing away, getting a lot done on my to-do list this morning. I need to shut up now. Umi's right next to me. Let's transition to cute baby Umi. Okay, so first things first, I need another planner for sure for all of 2022, but when I officially book a session or a wedding, I immediately put it in here, so it's only when they officially book and the retainer is paid and everything. So let's go to, I just booked a gig in December, which is here. Here is everything. So I highlight blue when it's basically like galleries are due and it's basically on my end to deliver. And then here you can see like more of like November. Yellow is photo sessions. So blue could be like wedding galleries, that kind of stuff. I also have a meeting coming up tomorrow. And then here's October, pink are weddings. Just a little insight into what I do. So as soon as I book a gig, I'll go ahead and add it here. Mine is for December 18th. So I'm gonna go ahead and write their names, engagement, session, and then I go ahead and add that to the weekly planner as well. So it'll be, and then I'll also include the location, but we're finalizing that. Then I go ahead to January, and their gallery is going to be due on January 1st. What a great treat for them to receive a gallery on the 1st. That's so nice. So Emma and Adam gallery due, and then I go ahead, looks like January is still here, so then I put it in here as well. So since this is a session, I do yellow. My yellow highlighter has seen better days. I'm gonna color code this one as well. Wow, that was bad. So there we go. Now that is fully up to date. And then when I book again, my next session, because I'm booking very quickly, this is just always on hand. This is only for my business. I don't include any of my like personal life stuff. Okay, this is my client management software that I use. Right here I'm blocking off some inquiries that came in because it does include their last names. So this is kind of like what I open up to. Thank you. Good morning, August. So I have some recent activity, 12 projects with recent activity. Let's go to my projects. My screen looks so dirty. So these are, I have 38 active projects right now, which means like either they're weddings or photo sessions that are not completed yet. Yeah, so I have a lot of clients right now. So basically I have 2 inquiries. I have to follow up with 6. I have sent 2 proposals. I have 10 that have paid their retainer. They have booked with me officially. Most of these are 2022 couples for their weddings. I'm planning 3. I'm currently editing 11. I have completed 3. I just need to send a feedback thing. I have almost 100 projects archived, so I'm gonna go ahead and start responding to some inquiries. Okay, I have an inquiry response. So what I do is I say I'm currently available for their wedding date, asking if they have a venue booked. I want to hear more about them and their partner. Link to 2020 wedding photography packages. So I created a separate page, private link on my website that goes over 2022 wedding packages, and then a little bit about me. It includes photos, what to kind of expect working with me, all that fun stuff. And then I offer, if they'd like to see full wedding galleries, schedule a phone call, FaceTime, or coffee date to further chat, because they are based in my city. So I go ahead and hit send. And boom, there it is. Nice. Now on to the next inquiry, which is a little interesting because they don't have a wedding date yet, but they're looking for my availability. I'm gonna have to really customize this message and give them all the dates that I'm already booked for. Let's go. Okay, next on the agenda is sending a couple a photo session questionnaire. This is something I do for every session. I like to get to know my couples and what they're comfortable with doing in front of the camera before the day. And also asking if they know their love languages, what they love most about each other, so I can just make them feel extra comfortable during their session. I also ask if they're comfortable with physically active prompts, making sure like the day of I'm not like, pick up your partner and twirl them around, and they're like, I have back problems, and I'm like, so I asked that in advance. Just some fun things, getting to know them, which I think is fun. I love getting to know my couples, just so we can make our experience extra fun and also comfortable. So that's very important. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this guy off. I hope nobody has email alerts right now. I'm so sorry if they are asleep and their phone is binging right now. I'm so sorry, but I just gotta get it done. so real-time update. It is now 6:39 a.m. I know I talked with you all a little bit, but this is very time-consuming. I started updating you all on this stuff an hour ago. So in the meantime, while I was doing all that stuff, I was also countersigning some proposals, so just countersigning some contracts. I think I'm up to date on that, but I'm not feeling confident. I think I have a few more that I need to do. Ooh, okay, good. I got another signature on a contract. No, I think we're all up to date with countersigning. Yes, okay. Let me go ahead and get my external hard drive, and then we can start some design work. So I'm really taking you all behind the scenes. This is my fireproof, waterproof bag. This is gonna be so loud. I hate that. Okay, this is where I keep all of my external hard drives. These are all my memory cards that I have shot. All the sessions and weddings I've shot. I keep all of their memory cards in here until like a week after I actually deliver their gallery, and then I'll format the memory cards. And yeah, so that's almost full, which means I have this much editing to do. And then I keep all my external hard drives in here. I have so many. I roughly go through about one external hard drive every like 3 months. So that's my backup for this year, for right now, this season. Where's my main one? Okay, here's my main one for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that guy. And yeah, I think that's all I need right now. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so here is my hard drive. I need to go into my business one, and then we go to location recommendation guide, and let's go ahead and open up InDesign. Okay, here's my beautiful location recommendation guide. I have all these parks and images. I already see a few that are a little outdated, so I'm gonna go ahead and update some imagery. I might change the cover of this, and I've shot at these locations a few more times since being there, so I'm gonna go ahead and add all of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Okay friends, it is now 7:30, so it took me an hour to update my location recommendation guide. It is exporting right now. I gotta start waking my partner up so we can take my car in, and then we're gonna get some fast food breakfast. It's gonna be great. I want some hash browns and coffee. So once this is done exporting, I'm gonna go ahead and send it to 2 different couples who requested it, and it looks great. So when this is done exporting, I'm gonna show it to you, and I'm gonna quickly email it off to 2 different couples and clients. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me show you. I'm so happy with this. Let us full screen. Oh my gosh, my beautiful friends who I shot on Saturday. There it is. There's the park. I include what it features and things to consider. I always want to include accessibility. So like if you arrive, you know what to expect, but like look at how freaking stunning. Wind's Nest Park, Proven Trails, Grand Ravines, Highlands, Seedman, Rosie Mound. This is where I was yesterday for this couple. Oh, did I even show you these? Oh my god. Some past sessions from, I think those were like last year, maybe? And Lutton. So those are the ones I have. I don't want to completely overwhelm people, and I feel like these are diverse enough that something's going to catch someone's eye and be like, oh my god, that's exactly what I want. I try and include every season too. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send these off. I love it. Yay.
Hello, dear friends. This is so crooked. Okay, that's better. Hello, from me and Winston. Just two sunbathing cats hanging out. It is now 12:30. I think maybe closer to 1 now. And it feels like it should be 8 o'clock at night for me. I've gotten so much done. So, since I last updated you this morning, look at him. Just so distinguished. We dropped my car off at the mechanics, and then I finished up my to-do list because I called the IRS. Another fun thing of being a small business owner is taxes and having to deal with the IRS directly. My goal for 2022 is to finally get an accountant and relieve so much anxiety. Everything was good though, and I'm really happy about that, even though I was on hold for like over half an hour. Then I finished even more of my to-do list completely by culling an entire wedding. So not only my photos I culled, but also my second photographers from that wedding. I can't believe I did it. I did it. So I'm feeling exhausted right now, honestly, because it's lunchtime and I've gotten everything done. So I've added more on my to-do list just so like this is the last time that I'm gonna be this at home for a while because tomorrow I have a meeting. So I don't want to keep working because I feel like that's all I've been doing today. But in order to like get ahead of some things, I feel like I still need to work. So I'm sorry if this is the most boring vlog ever and I'm not actually reading. It kind of stinks. So I either feel like I need a nap right now, which would not be helpful, or I can go for a walk and hopefully like wake myself up and enjoy the weather. It is so sunny today. Right, Winston? It's so sunny. We are loving the sun. I have some books I'm going to donate to my little free library as well from my last video of my autumnal wrap-up. There are some books I want to donate, like magic lessons. Oh, and in the meantime too, since I last updated you, I booked 2 more gigs. So it's just been very productive and like things are just still happening at a very quick rate. So I think I deserve a little break. And then this evening, I am going to be culling and editing a photo session, a couple session that I had a few weeks ago. Their gallery is going to be due this weekend. And I just want to get ahead of that because I have 4 sessions due this weekend. So yeah, that's a lot of rambling. This is a very chatty vlog, but it's my first time doing a vlog in a long time. I have so much to catch you up on. And this is the first time I'm trying to vlog during busy season, so it's just gonna be a little different. But I'm so excited, friends, for December because I can cozy up here on this couch with the kitties and read and actually talk to you about reading, and it's gonna feel like it's so well deserved, and I'm so excited for it. I'm just like working hard. This season is temporary. I can do it. It's just feeling so long. Yeah, so busy season is still in full swing. So yeah, I'm rambling now. Let's get dressed and go to the park. Right, Winston? You can't go to the park though. You are strictly an indoor cat. You would not survive.
friends. I have a super hot cup of coffee here. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning, the last day of this vlog. I ended up not vlogging a whole lot yesterday after my beautiful autumnal walk. Did you all see that I got like rained on by leaves? It was so magical. Yeah, I came home and I made lunch, and then my partner and I picked up my car from the shop, and I have a brand new bumper. So I got rear-ended in my car like in 2015 or 2016 and never replaced the bumper because it was just so expensive. I always had like this chunk of my bumper just missing because I was rear-ended, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay thousands of dollars just for a cosmetic thing. Like I really don't care. But my mechanic has been holding a bumper for me and gave it to me for a steal. So I have a brand new bumper. My car looks so pretty. Like, I don't even remember what it looked like without that cracked bumper. So like, I don't know, I'm just really happy about it. I'm just filled with so much gratitude right now, for the little things like that. Honestly, like it was just a little bit of like a mood booster. I was dancing around and looking at my car and just feeling really happy. That car has been with me for so much. I've had it for so long, and she's just a beast. Like, she just keeps going. I love it. After that, I hopped into some more editing. I wanted to get ahead of some of these galleries because I have 4 galleries due this upcoming weekend. And this week upcoming, which I'm gonna take you all with me hopefully, is for some reason all of the social events that I feel like I have not allowed myself to have in the past like 2 months because of how busy I've been. They all ended up on the same week, and it's kind of stressing me out. So I'm going to a concert with my sister on Wednesday evening, tomorrow evening. Oh my God. Thursday night, I am having some cocktails with my mom and my sister for like a little celebration. I'm really excited for that. And then Friday night, my partner and I are hopefully gonna go see the new Wes Anderson movie, The French Dispatch, before it leaves theaters. And then Saturday is our date day that I have like purposefully blocked off one Saturday a month to hang out with him and just be with him. So yeah, and then Sunday I'm hanging out with my mom. So yeah, I'm just a little stressed because those are evenings that I would typically be editing every night for. So now I have to like get all these 4 galleries I'm gonna be delivering that weekend done ahead of time. But tomorrow I start my part-time job again. So like, hence this is the predicament I find myself in nowadays, where the times and the days I could be spending editing and getting galleries done on their due date, which thankfully I haven't had to push any due dates yet, but I might have to. It's just stressing me out. Yeah, I have to do my part-time job. So like I just don't have the time actually to do them, and it just kind of stinks that all of the fun things that I've been putting myself off from doing and like not allowing myself to do, they all ended up back to back to back to back to back, and I'm freaking out a little bit. I definitely woke up with some anxiety this morning about it, so I decided to officially close all of my bookings for November. It's just not available to book anymore because I am quite booked. I only had like 3 or 4 days that were available, but I really want to have those as full days this month for me to completely like just sit down and edit. So it's just very stressful right now because I have so many galleries due, not just sessions, but also weddings. And wedding galleries take so long to edit. There are just so many photos, and I'm just stressing out a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not really feeling that great about all of that right now, not gonna lie. I feel like I'm very disciplined when it comes to staying motivated and editing, and it just kind of stinks when, even though I'm disciplined, I'm stressed that I'm running out of time to do these. But I decided to make and set a boundary: no more bookings. I have very limited availability for December bookings, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's just a lot. So I'm feeling very anxious this morning about it. So my goal today is to do like read a chapter and then work for an hour, read a chapter, work for an hour, because today I'll be working primarily on a wedding, and I'm gonna be reading a little bit more of the Snowman. So let me actually tell you what's happening in here, because this is a reading vlog. It's supposed to be. So we know that this is part of the Harry Hole detective series. I can't not laugh. And basically we are finding out in this kind of part of Harry's life. He is now sober. He used to be an alcoholic. He was with this woman named Raquel, but they have since broken up, and he's just kind of like a little lost. He's a little lost boy kind of character, and he is obsessed with serial killers, and he has yet to catch a serial killer, but he's always a firm believer that there are serial killers out there. So he recently has a new employee or coworker of his, which is a woman on the force, and everyone thinks she's hot, and the male gaze is so strong in this book, and I hate it so much. I hate the male gaze. They're just scanning her body and looking her over, and there are details of like her at her desk, and you can see the lace of her bra, and like every description of a woman in here is just disgusting, and it's all about her attractiveness, about her big bottom and her like waddling around and all this stuff, and like oh god, I hate it. I hate the writing of women in this. It's just all about their attraction. I have considered DNFing it, which I think I mentioned a few days ago, just because of that, but I do want to keep going and just see if I get pulled into the more thriller aspect of this with like the murder mystery, because it is bouncing timelines. At least at the beginning it did. And now there is a woman missing. She is the mother of a 10-year-old boy, and the 10-year-old boy noticed that there was a snowman on the front yard, and the snowman was wearing his mother's scarf. So eerie things are happening. Right now it's just a lot of kind of like character buildup of finding out where Harry is in his life as a detective, but also in his personal life. And we're getting glimpses of this new female detective and how other people on the force are reacting to her. So right now it just feels like a little bit of like character building, although the crime has been kind of committed. They just don't know what's happened. Right now it's more of like a missing persons case. So they are just now in the plot talking to the other detectives on the force and trying to figure out what they can do to help and where they're gonna look, and a little bit of a game plan. So I'm gonna curl up here right now and just read until like maybe chapter 7. Actually, I think I'm gonna read until part 2, which is gonna be page like 97. So giving myself a good like 30 something pages to read. And then I can further chat to you about what's gonna happen just from this part 1 section. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hop into some wedding editing and do that for an hour, and then read a little bit more, maybe like a chapter or something. And then I have a meeting at 2 today. I will check in with you all in a little bit. Hello friends, this is my outfit of the day. I'm about to head into a potential client meeting and I'm very excited, but yeah, I got ready. I'm actually wearing eyeliner and earrings and a pearl collar and a short kind of black dress, and then my corduroy jacket. I'm feeling very cute today. And yeah, I've been spending the entire day, it's about 1:40 right now, editing weddings. I did not really give myself a break yet, but it's been kind of slow going. Re-edits, like I'm like, oh, this is the edit. Then I go down like 20 more images, and then I'm like, they're too warm, I need to cool them off, and then I re-edit. So I'm hoping I'm on a good track now where I can speed it along a little bit. Editing is just very difficult, especially natural light photographers.
because we don't have control over any light. I mean, we're outside, we can't control anything. So yeah, it's just difficult playing around with edits and like what edit looks best with what type of lighting, and then your edits change when your couple changes venues, like if you're outside versus the inside, and like it's just a lot. So I'm just trying to hone in on that. Didn't get any more reading done, but after this I'm gonna go grocery shopping and then come home and probably edit for like another hour, and then I'm actually gonna take a little break and do some reading and just kind of hang out for a second. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm feeling very cute. It definitely helps to feel like I'm dressed and adorable and looking nice. Like that helps so much with the mood booster. So that's really nice. It's a beautiful day out here. I'm gonna go ahead and walk in some leaves. There's also a little free library right next to my meeting spot. So I'm gonna go check that out too. So yeah. Like nothing in here. 50 Shades of Grey, some kids books, and an AP test prep. Never mind. Never mind. In you go. Wednesday morning, which means it's time for me to conclude this rather sad vlog. I don't feel like I really filmed a whole lot of reading or did a lot of reading, so definitely let me know your thoughts if you enjoyed this vlog. If you yeah, I feel like they're going to be a little different in the next few weeks with just how much work I still have left in this year to do, but I'm hoping that I can still keep reading. Last night I got to page 116, which is the start of chapter 11 in the Snowman. Things are picking up. There is a pretty gruesome murder with decapitation. If you hear noise in the background, Omi is having some breakfast. And yeah, so I am still enjoying this. I think it is getting to the part where like things are ramping up. It's very easy to read. It's really fun to read. So I'm curious to see what my final thoughts will be. I'm definitely ready to be swept up away into a thriller. Like just sweep me off my feet and keep me reading for a long time. In other news, last night was very rough for me. I've showed a few clips. I went to Goodwill after my work meeting and I had a very uncomfortable encounter there at the store, and I'm okay now. But yeah, don't want to get into it, but I just was not having a good night. I was very scared, very fearful. Just listen to your gut. If you feel like somebody is watching you or stalking you, listen to your gut, because your gut is probably right. Yeah, so I'm okay, but that kind of really ruined the rest of my night. My body was in fight or flight mode and really scared, and then I edited all night. My partner knew I was having a rough night, so he surprised me with a big family-sized bag of Sour Patch Kids, and I just spent the whole night editing and then curled up into bed with the Snowman. So I have like about an hour, I think, still before I have to start work for the day. So I'm gonna curl up here and read a little bit more, but I just want to conclude the vlog now just in case. So thank you all so incredibly much for being here. I so appreciate you. I hope this vlog wasn't too boring with all of my work stuff. Now that I've showed a little bit of more behind the scenes of my business, I'm hoping that upcoming reading vlogs I can just have a little bit more fun with my weekends. Next weekend will be pretty fun, so I'm really excited to share
that with you all and I can actually do something other than work. But for the most part, I feel like from now until December probably, my reading vlogs are going to include a lot of work and not a whole lot of reading. But I still want to make vlogs. They make my heart so incredibly happy, and I'm just really excited for them. So thank you again, friends. I really appreciate you all. I was overwhelmed with all of your kind comments, and I was actually crying on my, autumnal wrap-up I'm back video. Like, you actually did really make me cry, all of you. So if I haven't responded to your comments and you've seen this vlog, just know that, like, I legitimately cried, like I was sobbing. And I just really appreciate you all so much. I will see you all again very soon in my next video. Stay cozy, my friends. Bye.